Now at 6 in tonight's Operation Crime and Justice Report, a murder case that shocked Seattle has now come to an end. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Mary Nam. A scooter rider who shot two people during a road rage dispute in Capitol Hill is now headed to prison. A sentencing hearing this afternoon was filled with outbursts and at times got out of control as the defendant yelled at the judge. KOMO's Jeremy Harris is live at the King County Courthouse. And Jeremy, this was a passionate case on all sides.
Mary, Patrick Cooney failed to convince a jury that this was a case of self-defense, and today he failed to convince a judge that PTSD from a prior bike crash impaired his judgment when he got off a scooter and fired a gun into a car. In a tense hearing, Cooney was defiant in the end of his attempts to try to justify killing Elijah Lewis.
This comes back on appeal. I expect you to refuse yourself.
Patrick Cooney couldn't hold back.
Clearly proved we don't deserve that road.
As he learned he'll spend 35 years in prison. Judge Sean O'Donnell saying he believed Cooney wanted to kill.
He murdered Elijah because I think he wanted to. That he is pulling a gun in situations that he largely provokes against African American members of our community.
At his sentencing hearing, Cooney spent more than an hour listening to the family of Elijah Lewis about the impact the murder has had.
You incited a wave of violence, of grief, that will never fully heal. You created a ripple effect of sorrow, of anger, and brokenness.
Cooney was riding a scooter through Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood in April 2023. Lewis was driving a car and pulled into traffic, apparently not seeing Cooney's scooter. The simple dispute escalated into yelling. Then Cooney pulled out a gun and fired 5 times. One shot hit Lewis's 9-year-old nephew in the passenger seat. One of the shots that went through the back of the car killed Lewis.
I hope that as you sit in prison, your mind withers, your body becomes weak, and your soul is tormented by more than just your surroundings. I hope my brothers and my son's faces haunt you as time slowly ticks by.
Lewis came from a big family and was well known in the community. 2 years of grief came to the surface at the sentencing hearing.
By your grace.
Lewis's family says with the criminal case now over, the focus should be on Elijah and his legacy.
His legacy continues on every day.
The 35-year sentence imposed here by Judge O'Donnell was double what the defense was asking for in their sentencing recommendation. This evidence didn't get presented to the jury, but Cooney had a history of road rage incidents where he was on a scooter, including a prior case of him pulling a gun on a driver during some sort of a dispute while he was on the scooter. Reporting live from the King County Courthouse, Jeremy Harris, KOMO News.
Very emotional, Jeremy. Lewis's 9-year-old nephew was shot. He was also in the car. How is he doing?
Now, his mother is Quincy, the one you heard from there in the story. He is doing okay physically, but of course, as we heard from the family, from his mother, his grandmother, and his uncle, he's going to carry the scars of what happened that day with him for life. His mother said that her child should not have been shot while sitting in the passenger seat of a car and should not have had to see his uncle die right in front of him.
Jeremy, thank you.